Bowman from the top. Good ball movement as Woodrick walks in, tried to put that one just inside the post and couldn't. Poco with a nice recovery, a man down, but can they get the ball to the line? Hoisted high towards center courts, and they will get it towards center and over. Cameron reaching for a high pass, couldn't take it. Lincoln Wall couldn't get that ball. Still 1 minute of Nanaimo power play time. Newcomer Struther controlling. Coming over from Delta in the offseason, playing catch with Bose now as Poco mans up around the house. Woodrick. Bowman waits. Right in behind the goal. They'll try a different look. Woodrick. Cross floor. Quick stick. Nice stop by Brown. Saints take the ball away. High feed towards the middle. Tui will try and take that down. He's going to be under duress here. And Nanaimo's going to get the ball back. Still 34 seconds of power play time. Ball to the front. Outside look. Bose with a drive on that one high and wide. Nice catch by Pilkington though. Pilkington settles, feeds it middle floor. Bowman down to the crease. Struther, Bose. Bowman at the top. Woodrick has it again, waiting. Bowman walks, feeds. Woodrick with a shot, short side, and once again he's trying to go that same side, and Brown won't let him have a look. Woodrick's been the trigger man on this Timberman power play, and Brown just won't move an inch off that post. Woodrick might try far side next time if he gets that chance. Power play is over. Bowman, Struther from the outside. Waiting, now he's going to wind up, fire one, missed the mark with it. Ball bounds back towards center court. Pilkington couldn't take that down, and finally an offensive set for the Saints to come here in a scoreless game. 3 minutes and 24 seconds in. Wall will take it from the corner. He's got Mahoney going to the front, plays it back to Mills. Mills goes cross floor with it. Gets a return. Mills towards the net. Loops it back. Wall to the top, Mahoney. Mills fired one, and that was stopped by Aquino coming out of his goal. Tries to reel the ball in, does nicely. Keegan Aquino takes a step out towards center court, and Nanaimo's going to run through. Hulbert has it. Drops it off as out will come the offense now. Schmidt out there to Fontenla. He's going to stay out. Bose is on. Woodrick will join. Bose, cross floor, Fontenla. 5 on the 30. Fontenla moves it in low. Spans to the front. Almost a backhanded effort from Woodrick. He tried it, but couldn't get it through. Once again, Porco Quitlam ball. Cameron will take. Didn't play in the season opener on Friday. And there's going to be a lot of that, especially in the first couple of weeks. Players at school all around the league. Rosters becoming solidified. And I will ball on a turnover here, and the Timbermen will start up floor quickly. Setting up on offense as Bowman comes out. He'll be the quarterback. Bowman a threat to pass and to shoot. Double threat. Force back, and they're going to be aggressive on him. Everybody knows Andrew Bowman around the league. Struther, outside look to the interior. Bowman shot, nice stop by Brown, a rebound, and Schmidt tried to leak it through. Does 1-0 Nanaimo. Schmidt on the follow. 4 minutes, 46 seconds in. Schmidt just following up. They don't have the shot clock working, but the shot's heavily in favor of Nanaimo right now. Woodrick's got 3 or 4 on his own. But it's Schmidt who gets this game's opening goal for the Timbermen. A strong start on home floor for Nanaimo. You'd expect that, a lot of energy. Poco holding court 11-5 on their home floor on Friday night. 1-0 to start the season. Nanaimo looking to equal that feat, of course, at the Saints' expense. Illett watching as Struther walks towards the middle. Moves it down and in. Woodrick trying to power his way to the goal, flips it back. Bose tangled up. Run down floor for Meach. Meach has men with him. Pulls up, feeds the trailer. There's a shot in Aquino, and they stop made as Carty got that one away. Transition chance for Port Coquitlam. Still 1-0 Nanaimo. Schmidt on the goal. Bowman comes on again. Spans as well. Bounce pass to him. The speedster has it outside. Pilkington clears out room. Lots of space for Woodrick, barreling through. Woodrick with a shot once again. Brown standing tall to stop him. That's been a fun matchup so far, Woodrick and Brown, even in the first 6 minutes. Lincoln Wall takes control. Malott comes to join him. Malott had 5 points in the season opener for Poco. Wall on the other side. Feeds it down low. Cowan, he had a 4-point game. Mills at the top. Mills loading, firing one, deflected away. Ball into the seats. Good crowd here at the Nanaimo Ice Centre. First Junior A game. Seats only on the one side, the side that our camera's on, so you can kind of get a sense of that watching. Here's a pass, and Cowan in tight, quick stick chance. Nice stop down low by Keegan Aquino. His stiffest test of the game as Nanaimo continues in a 1-0 lead, 6.5 in. Cowan on the recovery, and here's a second phase opportunity. Wall right against the Nanaimo bench. Gets it out to the top. Learn has it. Mahoney comes to help him. Learn with a net drive. He scores. 1-1 tie. Drive off the flank, and the right-hander got right through on top of Aquino, all even at 1-1. Really the first time that Port Coquitlam's had a second wave and able to regroup, and a nice run just off to the right side of Aquino. Learn to the nets. Smart finish, strong move. Center court face-off here as we get the game once again underway, and the crowd hushes a little bit. All Nanaimo to start, they had lost to cheer about, but that was a good sequence back-to-back from Poco. And they'll get the face-off possession. Here comes Cowan. Mahoney comes on late to join. Cowan towards the middle, goes cross floor with it. Strong run from Cameron, getting in tight. He tried to beat Aquino. Ball off the Nanaimo goaltender. Vincent is running up ahead of everybody. If they can get him the ball, they won't. And Jordan Vincent, excellent transition player. He stays out on offense, drives the net. Vincent stopped by Brown. Ball to the side. Nanaimo holds it in. Loop to the front for Pilkington, but just eluded his stick. Saints ball, and they'll bring it to center court. Changing on the fly. Malott comes out the front gate. So does Fournier. Malott has it. Learn, the goal scorer for the Saints, trailing. Now he's in the middle. Sets it up to the side. He's got Wall. Wall to Mills, closing. Back to Wall again. Wall towards the front. There's a quick pass, and Keegan Aquino standing his ground. Interior penetration there from the Saints. Nice job by Keegan Aquino. And a veteran presence in the Nanaimo goal. Woodrick has it. He's had a hot start in his first game in Nanaimo, coming over from Junior A in Alberta. Strong run by Schmidt, the goal scorer for Nanaimo, looking for a second. Was kind of on his wrong side when he got that first one. That time a more traditional chance for Schmidt, but Brown was there to stop him. Poco ball. Malott takes it up high, double team on him. Malott got the ball out of the double team. Cameron will try to get it down low. He does. Here's Cowan. Cowan driving, feeding the fronts, and once again Aquino with a stop, this time on Fournier. Fournier got a rough ride after the fact. The Nanaimo ball 1-1 game. They're in the halfway mark, first period. Pass to the crease, quick stick from Pilkington. Brown coming across, read it beautifully. Well worked play from Nanaimo that time, but well stopped as it was Hawley. Cross floor to Pilkington, and Brown got right in the way. Read that before it happened. Mills with an outside look. Some interference that looked like off ball, and that's going to give Nanaimo a run towards center court. DeWitt has it. Woodrick comes on to join him. Struther coming late as well. Struther takes the ball. Cradles it way out wide. Bose tries to clear out space. Struther on a run to the goal. Couldn't beat Brown that time. Another shot from the side by Spans. Bouncing loose beside the net. Saints get control. Illett works out of trouble towards center court. Barged into there, but he keeps going. Survived the contact extremely well. Spin move. Working down low is O'Brien. Lots of bodies in the paint there as that net drive didn't quite work out. Nanaimo back up and over center. Poco coming on after the tying goal. Fontenla moves it in. Pilkington. The late man is Schmidt. Goes cross floor to Bowman. Bowman. Cross floor once again. Pilkington way up high. Andrew Bowman takes a step. Tried to wire one through, but some contact on his stick. Free ball late in the possession. Poco just wants to let the 30 run out, and a nice job to make sure that happened. Late shot, no trouble for Brown. That wasn't going in. 1-1 lacrosse game. Saints and Timbermen. Opening afternoon here in Nanaimo this year. Not at the typical home of the Timbermen. They'll be at the Nanaimo Ice Centre the first 2 home games. Outside look for Mills. Mills closing. Gets to the front. Tried to go far side, and there was some room on Aquino. Recovery and a shot bounding, and that shot clock's winding down both ways. More than halfway through the first period. 1-1 game. And 2 teams looking strong, and I think that's what we would expect. Both semi-finalists last year. Poco really led by a great offense, and Silas Richmond getting the win in that series. Pilkington cross floor. Struther trying to get through. Pilkington goes across floor with it. Woodrick, ball out of his stick. Recovered by Bowes. 1 second. He puts it to the front, wanting the quick stick from Spans, but once again, Poco making sure Nanaimo can't get the shot they want ahead of the 30-second clock, and now Mahoney's going to try it down the wall against 80. Mahoney walks it back, gets it to Fournier. But once again, some off-ball interference, and that's going to give Nanaimo a chance. Timberman setting up from the outside, all the offense coming on. Andrew Bowman will take it. He'll close in from the flank. Woodrick coming on late. Bowman one-arms it across Pilkington. At the top, Woodrick winds, fires a hard one. Nice stop by Brown. Nanaimo reset. Bowman. Pilkington underarmed that one, and once again, Nanaimo's going to get a reset here. Woodrick will try it. The goaltending of Ashton Brown, a bright spot so far for Poco, as Fontenla had a ball towards him that he just couldn't quite take. Strong run by Carty up and over center. Carty lays it back. Inside 8 minutes to go, first period. Learn, he has the Poco goal. Schmidt has the Nanaimo goal, 1-1. Wall cradles from the outside. Playing catch with Cowan. Wall once again towards the front. Lots of bodies in there, including Aquino. He's got the ball, looks for the outlet. Makes the pass, and here comes Nanaimo ahead. Bouncing ball for Jordan Vincent. Spans wide open. Hard pass. He tried to put that one on a rope, but too high. Spans on the recovery. Whips it across. Once again, too high, and Vincent will take over. Vincent settles it down this time. Fontenla. Struther. The left-hander moves up. Drives one. Stopped by Ashton Brown. Rebound is loose in feet. Fontenla will grab it. Knocked to the floor. Gets it back for Spans. Spans down low feed at the front. Here's Struther penetrating, and Brown once again is standing up tall. And I think it was a foot in the crease anyway. Saints ball up floor. Very close to a back over there. Spin move on the side from Mullen. Feet across for Fournier. He couldn't take it. Bouncing by the Nanaimo bench. Timberman ball. Hulbert comes forward. They're going to whistle it and tell him to come back. Andrew Bowman will take it. He's asking, hey, was that whistled in or not? It was. Clock running. So is Bowman. Steps in, winds up, fires one. Stopped by Brown. Rebound chance. Bowes faking, and once again, Brown a great save. There's the Nanaimo's 2 best on offense, bettered by Brown twice. Timberman ball, Bowman. They'll try again. Matt Bowes. Andrew Bowman. Slowing the pace here. Pilkington, Fontenla runs through. Bowes from the outside. Hanging on, trying to drive in. Throws it back. Nice look for Bowman. Shot was stopped. The rebound is free. And Carty with a nice take. Great run by Carty over center. Timberman all around him, but he's getting a lane to the net. He's in close. Aquino, a stop, penalty call coming. What a run by Carty. Drew that penalty on his own, almost scored as well. 6-on-5 for Port Coquitlam. Cowan will close. Still half a possession left. Cowan to the top for Mills. Winding up, hard shot, put it wide. Rebound is free, touched up by Hall in behind the goal. Holding call against Nanaimo, and that was the great work by Cardi Fontenla. I don't know if he had much choice. Even still, Cardi got a great opportunity to score. Cowan will take the ball at center court. Keegan Aquino getting his positioning, getting his net ready. Might be busy here in the next 2 minutes. Mills goes cross floor with it. Cowan to the top. Cameron, Cowan, cross floor, quick stick, wanted by Malott. 80, home run pass, Vincent, breakaway, in on Brown, Vincent faking, and he just missed. I'm not sure, maybe Brown got a touch on that too. I think he did. Vincent tried to go just beside the stick and inside the post. Wall back the other way for Mills on that drive. He scores, waved off, crease violation, won't count. Ooh, that was close. Still 1-1. Vincent stopped at one end, crease violation call at the other. Each team very easily could have that second goal just in the last 20 seconds. Nanaimo shorthanded pass for Woodrick, a drive. Woodrick is stopped by Brown. Waited for that whistle. He wasn't quite sure where it was. Woodrick got it away in a hurry. Meach will start up the Poco attack. Flipped into Mills. Mills faked it to Cameron, gives it to Cowan. Cowan from the point position, goes cross floor with it as they move it all around the outside. Cowan, Mills, he'll move to the top now. Feeds it inside. Here's Wall with a shot. Aquino stood up to that. Malott grabs the loose ball, reset for the Saints. Mills down to the corner. Wall to Mills, looking at Cowan, goes cross floor instead. Malott, Cowan rips a shot, scores on a bouncer. Power play goal, Port Coquitlam their first lead at 2-1. 4:06 left in the first period. And these goalies have been stopping everything, but a bounce shot is sometimes the perfect remedy. Don't let the goalie get his timing on your releases. Beauty bounce shot, 2-1 scoreline. Love to see the shot clock. They don't have it live. They'll have it on the online sheet. Well, these goalies have faced a lot of rubber already, but only the 3 goals. Scrum in Poco territory, and the Saints really coming on the back half of this period here. They've got the 2-1 lead. They've got the ball now with Mullen. Mills. Mills moves it in. Learn from the outside. To the top for Wall. Wall gets it into Fournier. Fournier running. Got by one. Tries to get by another, but interferences. They were trying to open up space. And this is going to be in the Nanaimo power play coming. Mills complaining. And the Timbermen will get a chance to go to work a man up here, looking to tie the game and equal what the Saints just did. Fun to have Lacrosse back. I shouldn't say back. I mean, I think a lot of people have been watching the National Lacrosse League all winter and the finals this weekend. Potentially the last game in the NLL season tomorrow. Senior B started in Nanaimo this week on Wednesday. Not the result the Senior B Timbermen were hoping for. WLA starts next week. So the box lacrosse season, and of course, field lacrosse going on all the time, and most of these players play both, but box lacrosse season, it's short. But there's a lot to watch in a lot of these places, and there's an outside shot from Woodrick. Nanaimo, one of the lucky centers in BC, that they've got a lot of levels. Oh, there's a big hit off ball in behind the play. Official said, no, not going to let that stand. Way off ball. But for Nanaimo to have Senior A, Senior B, Tier 1, Junior A, They've got junior women's and women's this year as well, and the women's team off to a great start. Lots of lacrosse in the Tri-Cities too, as there's a quick stick shot from the side that bounds high. Closing in, a pass off to Woodrick. Cross floor, Bowes overhand delivery, and the ball will bound back. It was tipped, so there's no back over call coming. Shot clock violation, though. I guess it doesn't really matter. You can pick your poison. Mahoney will take from the corner. Of course, the Tri-Cities, lots of great lacrosse there. And they had next the champions, the Minto Cup winners, at the expense of the Saints. So mixed feelings, I guess, depending where you are in the Tri-Cities about that one. Wonder what the senior ad next will be in 2025. Wonder what the senior Timberman will be in 2025. Zach Mans, the league MVP just 2 years ago, traded to Victoria. So a restructuring of senior A lacrosse in Nanaimo, no doubt, when a league MVP gets moved and to a rival. And that's the first Nanaimo home game too in 2025. Nanaimo Victoria on May 31st, part of a doubleheader. The junior A's will play that day too. 5-on-3 Nanaimo. What a chance here to get back to a 2-2 tie. Woodrick to the crease, Pilkington. Woodrick cross floor, quick stick, and what a stop Brown made on Bowman. Ashton Brown is reading everything. And maybe the answer, similar to what the Saints did to Aquino. Bounce shots. Here's Bowman walking in. Bowman puts one, scores through. Boy, that was a tricky release. Andrew Bowman cutting to the nets and putting it back through the feet. Knew at some point to stay with Bowman that Brown would have to either open up or move his feet. Well, he opened up, and Bowman found the whole 2-2 game power play marker for Nanaimo. And still on the man advantage for 134, this time 5-on-4. Timbermen 2, Saints 2, 2:09 left in the first. And can Nanaimo capitalize? That'll be their hope on both parts of this power play. Don't have the shot clock in the building, but 21-9 shots for Nanaimo. That's the online score sheet. 21 shots on Ashton Brown. What a period he's had. Big response for Andrew Bowman, the Nanaimo's captain, on that power play goal as they announced it in the building here. A run from Wall. Lucky to kill some time on this manpower disadvantage. 80 seconds left in it. Outside look. Cross floor pass, and Wall's got it again. Wall takes a push. Takes a couple of pushes here from 80. Wall puts it across floor. Malott. A knockdown in front. Mills, a second knockdown. DeWitt got him hard. Penalty call coming. Way off ball, and the stick right up into the face of Mills. He's back on his feet, but staggered on that big check from DeWitt, and the officials are talking about it. Will it be 2, 4, or 5? That's going to be the discussion down at floor level here. Not that there's a penalty on DeWitt, that is certain. Cross-check 2 minutes, I believe, is what they've called, and that's what goes up on the board. And Cowan lobbying and saying, hey, that easily could have been more than 2 minutes. And Andrew Bowman supporting his teammate there. Schmidt and Bowman for Nanaimo. Wall and Cowan credited with the goals for Poco. Cowan has the ball at center court. There's the man with the mop, Jacob Parkout, one of those great volunteers that we have all across the lower mainland and the island when it comes to making sure summer box lacrosse is a go. Boy, and the volunteers with the mop, the towels, the mops. they don't get credit from maybe far and wide, but when it comes to the people on that bench, the players, the coaches, the staff, integral parts of summer box lacrosse season. Simon Stocks looking on from the Nanaimo benches. Jacob Park is doing his job in this 2-2 game with 1:34 left in the opening period. And could this be a playoff matchup once again? It's day one in Nanaimo, I guess day two for Poco, but love when rivalries can develop over more than a season, and this one wrapped up last year. Playoff series will do that. Outside look for Poco. Mills tried to swim away. Gets to the middle with a shot. Aquino stopped it. Looks for the outlet. High arcing ball. He's got Hawley. Hawley hit hard. Survived the contact initially, but then went down. Port Coquitlam ball, and Hawley's going to get a possession for his team, and Woodrick will take it from the corner. Woodrick feeds it high to Bowes and across to Schmidt. Schmidt with the Nanaimo a man down here to the middle. Schmidt tried to penetrate. He almost was able to bowl his way through. Ball free, and Fontella put it off the top of goaltender Ashton Brown. Schmidt is down on his hands and knees, and Poco transitions up floor. Meach has it. Final minute, opening period, 2-2 Mills. My apologies, I said Nanaimo a man down there, but it is 4-on-4 for another couple of seconds. There we go. Now Poco on the power play. 55 seconds to go in it. At the top is Cowan. Cowan hard pass to the crease. Wall cross floor, quick stick. Aquino coming across Malott. Looked like he might have had room, but he failed to score. Nanaimo ball, Pilkington's out the front gate. Nanaimo's up with Hall. Lays it back. Struther out of a double team. Working down low. Sorry, that's Vincent, not Struther, as Vincent moves it back to the top. Cross floor feed. This time it's Struther. Fires one as the time will tick down on the opening 20 minutes of lacrosse in a 2-2 tie here at the Nanaimo Ice Centre. The Nanaimo Timbermen and the Port Coquitlam Saints. And we will come back in about 10 minutes time with the second period, but a good start to this one between two strong teams. The 1-0 Poco Saints, the season debut for the Timbermen, even at 2. Nanaimo Timbermen, Poco Saints, period number 2 in just a minute. 2-2 after 20. One team, economy of shots. Poco 10 shots, 2 goals. One team, volume of shots. Nanaimo, 23 shots and 2 goals. Needless to say, one of the big stories, the goaltending of Ashton Brown. Fantastic in net. And you certainly don't fault Aquino for the 2 behind him either, but 21 stops on 23 shots. That's mighty impressive. And goal scoring in this one for Port Coquitlam. Goals credited now to Wall and Cowan. And for Nanaimo, Schmidt and Bowman. Pretty sure that the Wall goal should go to Learn. He's the guy that I think made the drive. But on the sheet, it says Wall, but I think Learn was the guy that scored it. Underway here in the second, in this 2-2 game. Short power play for Port Coquitlam. Cowan goes cross floor with it. Mills moving it to Cameron, gets it low. Malott cross floor. No shot chance for Cowan though. Malott to the front, flipped on to Cowan. Mills once again, loads, sidearmed it. Ball glances out of play. A deflection, and out of the box was DeWitt, hoping that maybe he'd get a breakout pass. Power play is over, but still with a new 30. Malott drives one, just missed that one. High ball towards center court. Hard run down floor for Vincent. Vincent will take behind the net. Wants the whistle and gets it. Vincent stays out on offense, at least for the short term, but now heads off. Struther on late. Swim move. Woodrick, outside look. Cross floor feed. Struther trying to get to the middle. Couldn't do so. Takes a look. Ball in behind the net. Fed to the front post. Quick stick chance for Schmidt. Another stop by Ashton Brown. Nanaimo on the recovery. Bowes to the middle. Goes cross floor with it. Off the boot tops. Fontenla makes a move. Fontenla. Schmidt. Sets up Bowes. Matt Bowes takes contact. Flipping it across floor. Nice run. Woodrick to the net with a shot stopped by Brown. Woodrick through the crease. And a heavy collision with the floor there. Still 2-2. Poco not letting Nanaimo penetrate. Lots of possession there for Nanaimo. They tried to move left and right. They tried to change angles, but the interior not open as Woodrick found out when he tried it. Here's Mills. Gets to the interior, but put that over top the goal. Wall from the side. Gunnarsson there for Nanaimo, battling to try and take it. 5 players in the scrum. Lincoln Wall forced into the corner, but does a nice job to get it to a teammate. Trying to escape heavy traffic was Mills, but just too many Nanaimo bodies in the way. Timberman ball. Up the floor they go in this 2-2 game. Each team has had the lead. Middle floor, it's Pilkington. Spans comes on late to join. Pilkington takes a look. Bowes on late. Has a good look to the net with a shot. Scores Matt Bowes. First of the season, and you know it'll be first of many for number 33. And what opened that up so well for Bowes was that he was late in coming off. And that really opened it up well for him. Nobody was really in his path, so he had a good lane and took something off that too. That's one thing that I was been putting everything on hard, and Ashton Brown's really in a rhythm with that. So you start to take something off it. Bowman did on Nanaimo's second goal, and that time Bowes did. And here's a break for Tui. Looking to get up floor. Illich moves it down low. Here's Mills. Mahoney coming late. So is Fournier. Fournier cross floor with it. Mills from the outside. DeWitt watching him. Mills feeds it across. Fournier running. Hard pass. Mahoney couldn't take it. High ball. Nanaimo trying to get it. A wrestling match down low, and the Timbermen will eventually get that ball. Only for a time, though. It popped right out of the stick. Poco's going to get the ball back. Cowan. Mills behind. Mills to Mahoney. Good look with a shot, and Aquino closed up the middle. Looks for the high outlet. Has 80 on the run. Ball bounced off Mills, though, and it's going to go goalie to goalie. Brown from his crease. Arc ball to center court. Good lane to the net here for Wall. Passing down low. Cowan was right there, but he ran through the crease. Ended up not having the ball, and that threw his timing off. DeWitt over center court. DeWitt lays it back, 80 to Bowman. 80 and DeWitt will come off. Spans comes on. Goes right to the middle. Outside look for Struther. Had Bowman at the lip of the crease. Couldn't quite hit him, though. Ball forward to center court. Nicely kept in by Struther. Feeds it down low. Contact from Woodrick. Getting in, but he can't get the shot. Penetrated, but couldn't get the shot. In the final analysis, as Meach is up. Or in the A as an assistant captain. Meach for Malott. Malott off for Learn. Learn goes cross floor, and that pass missed Cowan. That goes back over, and Nanaimo gets a freebie possession here, up 3-2 early in period number 2. Pilkington will take from the corner. Good success story of going the Tier 1 to Junior A route. And of course, lots of guys have that pathway, but Pilkington, a good success story in Nanaimo. Pilkington up top, man down low, quick shot, and that one just missed from Fontenla. To the bench and over top of John Nicholson, the Senior A head coach, helping to work at the bench. That's lacrosse, isn't it? Everybody at all levels needs to team up. Here's Mahoney, feeding cross floor, overhand shot, but off the target. High and over the glass, into the stands. Stands mostly full here. Not many empty seats at all here at the Nanaimo Ice Centre. One of 2 games at the Nick for the Junior Timbermen this year. Next Saturday as well, and then off to their usual home of Frank Crane Arena starting on May 31st. Here's a ball for Cameron in tight. 80 was with him. Learn follows up on the play. Learn sends it back. Wall for Mills. Mills makes a power run. Overhand shot right off Aquino. Rebound Vincent. Couldn't quite make the catch. And the ball is going to go right by him. You have one chance to make the catch and a second if it bounces once or twice, but after the second bounce, it really picks up speed. Every ball will do that. It's just the English of floor and rubber. And Vincent, he's a fast runner, but he just couldn't make that catch. 5 minutes into the period. Timberman's on the setup. Struther from the outside, cradles, winds up, shoots one. That was stopped in traffic. Rebound is free, loose ball. Woodrick tried to scoop it, he does. Woodrick on the move, walking right in with a shot, he scores! Woodrick, first in Nanaimo. And he's been shooting all day, shoot first mentality. Playing a big man game, a power game, and that time a finesse game as well. And all smiles there with Sean Lehman on the Timberman bench. They get that ball for him. 4-2 Timberman. The goals in this period, a veteran in Bowes with his first, a newcomer in Woodrick with his first. Big things expected of the big man, and played very well in the first period, but Ashton Brown just bettered him at every turn, but that time Woodrick would not be denied. Now a big tackle at center court by Struther. Gets called for holding. Well, you can't say he wasn't aggressive enough on defense. One of Nanaimo's offensive weapons tracking back defensively, but got the grapple on. And I think you'd say a much needed power play for Poco here. Down 2, and that's not really anything in the scheme of a lacrosse game, but Nanaimo's really had the momentum in this second period. But a chance for Poco to turn that around, and the Timberman bench not happy with the call on Struther, but he was absolutely all over his man. Jacob Park out there with the mop one more time, and Jacob works at breakneck speed out there and gets a nod from everybody at the Nanaimo bench. Saints setting up Cowan from the middle. Cameron for Cowan, good look with a shot. Aquino got the arm up, reset. Cowan outside, Cameron. Malott faking, passing. Mills flips it to Cowan. Back to Mills, underhand delivery this time. Tried to take a bit off it too, but missed the mark, and that's unfortunate because you like the idea there. Take a bit off of it, but the ball bounded all the way back over, and Nanaimo gets a chance to rag it here. The guy with the 4-2 goal is on there in Woodrick, and Pilkington takes it from the corner. The righties are pretty big. Pilkington's a big man. Woodrick's even bigger. Woodrick way up top. Cradles motioning for his teammates to move. Pass to the front. Oh, just out of the reach of Bose. And that would have been special had Bose been able to catch up to it, and it was close. That's one thing about these first few weekends of the season, too. Building chemistry. There's not a ton of full practices yet. Coaches always hope for it, but it takes a while. Cowan puts it low for Malott to Cameron. Cross floor, Cowan. Malott waits, feeds the middle. There was Mills in the interior, but that's a tough pass to make. It's a tough pass to take. Malott being double teamed and pushed in the corner. Nanaimo will be happy here if they get the shot clock violation. That's exactly what they get. Timberman ball. Jordan Vincent over center. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets into some senior A games this year. Would not be surprised at all. Outside look for Schmidt as one of the goals for Nanaimo today. On the run, he's on his wrong side, but keeps going. All the way around the net. Schmidt tried to quickly shoot it down low, but Brown had that well scouted. And a run towards center court up floor is Mullen. Mullen stands, waits, delivers to Mills. Very late in the power play. Mills outside. Wall to Cowan. Cowan looks back at the penalty box. Nanaimo is even. A switch now by Portco Quitlam. Malott cross floor. Wanted Cowan. Outlet pass, and it's going to be Portco Quitlam possession. And Struther was hoping to come out of the box and get a break. He did, but then when the officials whistled it down, now he's just got to go off, and Nanaimo's in defensive posture. Cameron comes on late. Cameron takes the pass, quick stick shot, but he missed short side. That was very close. Feeding the late man, it was the right idea. 4-2 Timbermen, 8-minute mark now of period number 2. Nanaimo the only 2 goals in this period. First Bose, then Woodrick. Struther from the top. Matt Bose gets to the middle. Cross floor with it. Pilkington to Woodrick. Cradles. Hard pass. Bowman scores! Cross floor from left to right, and the left-hander Bowman gets his second. A bullet pass from Woodrick. And Andrew Bowman, no mistake. With the zip on that ball from Woodrick, very little chance for Brown to come across. He read it, but that was a bullet pass in a hurry from Woodrick to Bowman. And that's something Coach Simon Stocks will really like to see. Early chemistry, cross floor. The righty to the lefty. Crease to crease. Well executed play. Nanaimo's lead is 3 at 5-2. Mahoney stepping in to Cameron. Saints probably need something here and soon, or at least to stop Nanaimo's momentum. Mahoney takes a look. Winds, feeds Mills to the middle. Mills shoots one, stopped by Aquino. Rebound, Nanaimo's got men breaking. High ball, what a stop by Mullen, he picked that off. Nanaimo had 2 up the floor, but Mullen said no way. Now to Mahoney. Mahoney trying to work his way to the net. Lifts it back to Cowan, goes cross floor with it. Outside look for Wall. Lincoln Wall spins. Vincent stays with him. Here's Mills winding up. Ripped one, but deflected on the way. Friendly bounce for Vincent. Vincent, if he can catch it, he's got a breakaway. He catches, he walks it, he fakes, he shoots, he scores! Had to make the catch really close to the crease. And then twisted it in. 6-2 Nanaimo. And the Timbermen have really been trying to use the second period break for transition. And you'll always have that in the second. The long change for the offense. But the transition guys can get out the gate quickly. Well, Vincent out the gate there, and he was gone. He just had to make sure he could catch the ball, but caught it really late towards the crease. Unable to twist that one in. 6-2 Nanaimo by 4. Excellent second period for the home team. Learn outside, takes a hard push. 4 players in a ball battle. Saints possession, new 30. Wall beside the nets. Will he be the guy to take it? The officials want to give it to somebody. Learn will be the guy from the corner. Up top for Mills. Cross floor, Fournier running. Fournier to Malott. Cross floor to Mills. Mills shoots one. Aquino made the save. Couldn't trap it. Gets some help. Timberman ball. Here they come. 80's on his own. Schmidt comes to join. Bowes coming late. Pilkington as well. Pilkington. High delivery. Fontenla, good catch. Fontenla moves the ball to Bowes. Bowes plays it across to Pilkington on the move. Pilkington gets by one to the net. Ball out of his stick though. 2 Saints the other way. Mullen on the carry. Meach is with him. Mullen trying to barge his way to the net. And the Timbermen team up and grab him. Now DeWitt's over center. He's 1-on-2. DeWitt has Bowman on. Bowman says slow it down. When the captain says slow it down, that's what you do. Woodrick outside look, cradling. Woodrick, hard pass. Taken by Struther. Struther to the front. Woodrick tried to go over the shoulder. He did, but he couldn't hit the net with it. Being well checked there as he was cutting across. Tui missed the ball. This might be a free Nanaimo ball. Hulbert takes it forward. On his own. But this really a free possession for Nanaimo with a slashing call off ball. I think this is a Poco penalty. It might be Fisher. But Nanaimo is going to get a free possession anyhow. They'll take the 5-on-4 in a 6-2 lead with 9:08 remaining. And a timeout call on the floor as well. Wise time for a Saints timeout. It's just been all Timbermen here in the second period. Two after 20. 6-2 now. And a high shot total as well. Ashton Brown's been busy. 31-15. Now what's interesting about that total, 31-15 Nanaimo, is it was 23-10 in the first period. It's only 8-5 here in the second. So the shot volume hasn't been the same. But the shot selection and also the time that Nanaimo's had on some of these opportunities has been big. 5-on-4 Timberman power play. They move it around. Quick stick from Struther. Failed to beat Brown. Struther across floor. Pilkington, Bowman, Woodrick waits. Hard pass. Bowes, Bowman, Woodrick tried to close, couldn't take it. Pilkington from the corner. Pilkington closing in. Hard pass to Bowman. Bowman, underhand shot, scores! It's a hat trick for Andrew Bowman. Once again, he can deliver a ball in so many different ways. Doesn't have to stand and fire it hard overhand. First period goal, a sneaky one on the run. Great finish on a quick stick earlier. And now Bowman, once again in this second period, puts Nanaimo up to 7. Timberman 7, Saints 2, 5-goal run. 3 of them by the captain Bowman. On the run is Hawley. The transition guy is staying out there for a little bit. Bowes is on, so is Schmidt. Bowes against the wall. Looking at Schmidt, faking Bowes, net drive himself, stopped by Brown. Schmidt grabs the loose ball, gets it to Pilkington. Pilkington closing, new 30. Bowes to the middle. Fontenla makes a move. Being watched by Illett. Spans on late. Bose for Schmidt. Overhand shot. Stopped by Brown. Another Nanaimo reset. It's Fontenla way outside. 7:48 left as there's a shot from Bose. Reaching around Brown, and he couldn't stop it. Another for Bose. 8-2 Timbermen. An onslaught in the second period, and tempers flare up after the goal. Brown got a big piece of that, most of it in fact. But Matt Bose gets it through. And in this 8-2 Nanaimo lead, guys that you would expect to be pivotal have been that. I'm talking about Bowman with 3 and Bose with 2. And the newcomer Woodrick, much talked about from the Timberman staff, showing his worth as well. And it's one thing that Nanaimo does not have a lot of offensively is a true big man. Bose has power, Pilkington has power, but Woodrick, just a giant of a man on the offense. Coincidentals, I believe, after the scoring play. 8-2 Timbermen, 7:44 left. Toohey and Pilkington in the box with coincidental 2-minute minor penalties. And the second period has been Nanaimo putting on a show. Something for the home fans to get excited about. And you don't like to talk about it too early, but it's more than a whisper this year that Nanaimo feels they will have a contending team. And you start to whisper the word Minto as Aquino made a good stop on a shot from the middle. Saints ball. Looking to ignite a spark here in the second period with Wall. Wall takes it all the way over wide, watched by Vincent. Wall winds, feeds it. Cameron overhand shot. Once again, Aquino getting a piece of that. It was tipped. Ball to center court. Hawley couldn't take it. Vincent tried to stab at it. Vincent on a run. Bowls over Wall who tried to hit him. Vincent keeps going. Vincent shoots, and Brown made the save. It started with the physicality from Vincent. It ended with a great shot on goal. Mills is up floor. Lincoln Wall just bowled over by Jordan Vincent. 6:45 left. Middle period. Malat cross floor with it. Here's Mills trying to knife through. 80 staying with him. 7 seconds for Mills. Underhand shot. Penalty call coming. And it should be a Nanaimo call holding the stick, I believe. And it might be Hall who goes. That's the case. Saints of the power play and looking for any response, any answer right now. In a second period that has been one-way traffic. Mills will quarterback this power play, which really needs to get something going. There's just not a lot of room. Outside shots, mostly contested, and in the interior, nothing there. Mills tries to close this time, ripped one but missed the target. Malott couldn't take the loose ball. Timberman trying to force it out, and they'll get to center. Nanaimo's going to rag the ball here. 4-on-3, so lots of room power play wise. Bowman's on now, the hat-trick man. Strother joins him. Delayed call coming here. Nanaimo had too many players on the floor. Outside shot, and Aquino made the stop. Mills looking for the loose ball. And I think Mills is saying, let's get a penalty shot here. And we'll see what the call is going to be. Too many players on the floor, no doubt, for Nanaimo. They had 4. Penalty shot. Well, nothing was happening. 5-on-5, 4-on-4, 4-on-3. But Mills will have a chance on the penalty shot. Keegan Aquino standing ready. Four seconds left in the original penalties, and then it'll be 1:12 on a 5-on-4, barring further penalties for the Saints. One-on-one battle here. Mills against Aquino. Mills trotting up to the net. Aquino stands on his line. Mills scores! The long goal-scoring drought for Port Coquitlam is over. The 6-goal Nanaimo run is broken, 8-3. Mills very calmly and coolly walking in and snapped that one by Aquino. First goal in this period for Port Coquitlam. Their last goal with 4:05 left in the first period. So almost a full period between goals on Aquino. So the Saints cut into the lead. Can they get another? And they put up another 2 minutes on the board. So this is 5-on-3 for Poco. Setting up with a lot of extra room. Cameron to the front for Mills. Tries it again. This time Aquino stopped him. Loose ball. Gunnarsson trying to scoop it and run. Couldn't make the play. Tui walks in. In behind the net. Sets up the attack. 38 seconds. 5-on-3. Poco bringing it to 8-3. 8-4 would look pretty good, especially when it was 8-2 moments ago. Here's Mills. Overhand again. Deflected back towards center court. Tui with a nice keep in. The safety valve back there. Cameron runs away, gets it towards the middle. Mills, Cow and Cameron, good look. Aquino, a great save. Stood up tall, no rebound. Ball squirts out, 80 will take it. Up floor, hard delivery. Andrew Bowman on his wrong side. Just about to 5-on-4 territory here. Hall's back on the floor, 5-on-4. 40 seconds left. In this man advantage for Poco. 9 on the 30, Bowman pinned to the wall, double teamed. Put the ball out, hoping somebody else could grab it, but nobody in the Nanaimo colors could, so it's O'Brien getting forward for the Saints. O'Brien waits, flips it in for Mills. Cowan on the other side. Cowan has Cameron with him. Mills takes it in the middle. Looking left, that's where he passes Cameron down low for Malott, 10 on the 30. Cameron to Mills. Mills whipped it in, but Malott didn't expect it. Nanaimo ball, outlet pass into the middle. Timberman full strength now. Down floor pass, broken up. Smart defensive play there by Fisher. Fisher gets it forward. 3:35 to go, second period. Timberman 8, Saints 3. A little bit of Poco momentum here as Wall moves up. Looking to get that fourth goal. Overhand shot stopped by Aquino. Ball comes out. Aquino gets it forward. Here's 80 towards center court. Gets by one. Room to the net. Passing down low. Matt Bowes. Bowes to Pilkington. Penalty call coming, and this is going to be holding the stick call. And this is going on 80. Now a defender staying out on offense, instincts are a little different. So another Saints man advantage. Trying to plant a seed of doubt here after the penalty shot goal by Mills if they could get another. It's still a long way back with 23 minutes to play. Cowan up the middle, faking it. Cowan to Mills. Mills to Malott, passing to the middle. Quick shot, nice stop by Aquino. Wall had a good look. Nanaimo loops it forward. Breakaway chance for Hawley. Catches up to it, shoots, big save by Brown. Hawley grabs the rebound. Nanaimo on the reset. Hawley with a nice move. Brown with a better save. Gunnarsson at center court. Strother runs in. Gunnarsson spins, tries to get away from Mullen. Has a man open, it's Matt Bowes reaching for the pass, couldn't take it. Ball free. Fisher tried to grab it. Fisher will get it. Still 1:10 left in this power play for the Saints as they get towards center court. The power play guys all closed in. Mills to Cowan. Cameron now. Cowan, he's the point man. Wall, Mills, Cowan, closing, fakes, shoots, stopped by Aquino again. Keegan Aquino looking strong right now with his team facing some defensive stops, and now Mills scores from the outside. 2 straight from Mills. Just found that little hole on the short side. 8-4, 1:52 left in the second, and the Saints get a 2-goal run. That's their first 2-goal run of this period, obviously. Went on a 2-goal run in the first period. The next 2 minutes, quite critical for Poco, and Nanaimo's got a lot of breathing space. Now a run to the net, and the shot deflected away by Brown. 80 on a good run, looking to atone for the penalty he just took. Timbermen 8, Saints 4, Spans with the ball, running to the net. Illett there to watch him. Spans controls, deals to Bowman. Bowman puts it to the wall. Bowes, Woodrick goes cross floor with it. Pilkington, Bowman, the hat-trick man, goes back to Pilkington. Pilkington to Woodrick out of the corner. Woodrick ripped the shot, barely stopped by Brown. Nanaimo hoping for a reset here. Bowman to the corner. Away with the ball, rolls it to Bowes. Bowes up top to Woodrick. Woodrick goes across to Bowes. Andrew Bowman, last minute, second period, 8-4 Nanaimo. Looking for more to stop a mini Poco run. Pilkington. Bowman moves to the front. Fakes. Cross floor, Woodrick. Winding, faking, spinning. Shoots one off Brown. Rebound collected by Pilkington. Another Nanaimo reset. Bowes heads off. Schmidt comes on. Struther does too. Into the final half minute of the second. Struther up top, takes his time. Schmidt is against the wall. Struther continues to close, 10 on the 30. Schmidt to the middle, winding up, shoots one, closing up is Brown. With 15 seconds, a chance for a Poco timeout. 6-on-5 set, 15 seconds to take it. And Nanaimo would have loved to have just had one more reset there, but you take what you were given, and that was a lot of time on the attack to at least take some territorial momentum back. 15 seconds, more than plenty of time to get this game to 8-5. And as I said moments ago, this final stretch of the second period, it's critical for Poco. Nanaimo's got a lot of rope to play with, so they want to start making these stops in 6-on-5 situations. You want to learn to do that early and hope that if you need to do that in a big playoff game, that you feel comfortable you can stop anybody 6-on-5. But it's one of those in game one of a season practice moments within a game. And the reverse is true for Poco. You want to, in a game where you might be only down one, in 15 seconds be able to work the perfect 6-on-5 play. Mahoney from the outside, clock down to 7 seconds. Mahoney, Cowan, Malott, cross floor, out of the reach though of Wall, and the Nanaimo ball. Seconds expiring, a shot to the empty net after the buzzer. Wide off the target anyhow. A very strong Nanaimo second period. A 6-goal run, outscoring Port Coquitlam by a count of 6-2, 8-4 through 40 minutes. The third period in about 10 minutes time. We'll take a break and be back with the final period from Nanaimo, 8-4 Timbermen. day one of the BC Junior A Lacrosse League season in Nanaimo. (8-4) Nanaimo Timbermen after 40 minutes of lacrosse action. Nanaimo out shooting Port Coquitlam in this game, 41-22. And looking at the scoring, goals and assists. Wall with a 2-point game. Mills with a couple of goals. Cowan a 2-point game on the Poco side. For Nanaimo, Andrew Bowman, 3 goals. Pilkington 2 assists. Schmidt sitting with 2 points. Woodrick 2 and Bowes 2. Early here in the third period, Nanaimo by 4. Looking to clamp down once again. They did have a great second period. Bowman looks back at Bowes. Bowes delivers cross floor. Spans. Bowman puts it across Woodrick, in and out of his stick. Has to chase this down. Woodrick. Spans joining too. Spans will close. Took a shot late trying to get a stop. So that would not happen, that being the shot clock violation. First possession for Port Coquitlam here in period 3. And really need to start a push and a press. Mills sets it up cross floor. Outside look, it's Wall. Pass deflected away, Nanaimo's on the run. Hubbard down on the flank, cross floor to Wall, in close a shot, and that one barely kept out by a spinning Brown. Had lost his positioning a little bit, but presence of mind to keep with it. Whether your eyes are on the ball or not, goalies just have that sixth sense. Not textbook there from Brown, but strong goaltending. Mills sitting on 2 goals to the middle of shot, and that one off the target. Might have grazed the glove of Aquino. It did, it's a reset. Wall goes cross floor with it. Hard delivery. Fournier being forced. Cross floor. There's a fake and Cameron a shot. Aquino holds it out. Aquino, short feed. Pilkington behind everybody. Pass towards him. Fisher did well to run on and disrupt Pilkington. Looking like he might have a free look, but it didn't end up going that way. Fisher, outlet ball. Both teams changing personnel. Hard delivery to Mills. Mills at the top, being watched by Vincent. Mills tries to penetrate. Fournier comes on to join. Vincent right on Mills. 5 on the 30. Still Mills. Right to the paint. A bouncer and just missed. Looked like that might have deflected off Aquino. I thought it was just a bounce that missed, but the officials say no. Aquino got a piece. So a fresh reset here for Port Coquitlam. Feed for Cowan in tight. And Cowan failed to score. Aquino standing his ground. The Timbermen on the run. In transition. Trites taking on the defenders. Trites with a shot. Cinching down. Ashton Brown to make the stop. What a run there from Trites all the way down floor. Nearing the 3-minute mark. Third period, 8-4. Timbermen with the 4-goal advantage. Cowan sends it across. There's a shot in Aquino. Closes down to stop it. Outlet feed to center court. Gunnarsson defers. 80 now to Struther. Fontenla on the other side. Schmidt coming late. Woodrick coming late. Struther. Woodrick winds. Rips a shot. Down goes Brown. Made the save. Spun himself around. Heavy shot from Woodrick. Loose ball just over the restraining line of the Timbermen. Back out towards center. A Nanaimo run. Struther will take it. Offense will come out here. Struther will close. Takes some contact, still has it, looks at Fontenla, back for Struther, hard delivery. Woodrick, cross floor pass, Matt Bowes, Woodrick off his stick, Fontenla grabs it with a shot, Ashton Brown the save, looks for the outlet, makes the feed towards center court. Saints coming on, Malott out of his stick, but a nice recovery by Meach. Meach puts it across floor as he runs off. Cowan coming late, that's where the ball goes. Cowan against the wall for Mills. Mills sets it up other side. Cameron, Malott towards the middle, shot clock violation, Timberman ball. 80 has Schmidt with him. 80 to Woodrick. Woodrick high ball. On the flank it's Schmidt. Bowman and Bowes come in late. Schmidt makes a move, gets in deep, puts it across floor. High ball, Pilkington tried to grab it. He won't be able to, Bowes will. Matt Bowes against the wall, back towards Woodrick. Winding, overhand shots. Ashton Brown stopped it, ball pops out. Lead feed, and here's Fisher over center. Mahoney coming. Fisher to Mills for Mahoney. Couldn't take the quick pass. Transition for Nanaimo. Gunnarsson up and over center. Flips it to the side. Struther way out wide to the defender. Overhand shot. Brown a piece of it. Ball to the side. Spans towards the crease. Way up top it's Schmidt. To the side for Struther. Can't collect it. Schmidt will try. Trying to force Meach back. Meach running towards center court. Delivers it across. Outside opportunity here for Malott to Wall. Wall has Cameron beside him. Wall waits for Mills. Mills up late. Puts it across. Delivered to Fournier, but he couldn't take that. Free in the middle. Shot clock violation. Vincent, a late push there on Wall. Here's Nanaimo getting over center. Ty Pilkington. Pilkington feeds it low. Woodrick tries to get to the front. Swim move. He's in close with a shot. Ripped that one right off the goaltender's arm. New 30 for Nanaimo at the top. Andrew Bowman. Bowman closing. Woodrick will take. Pilkington. Woodrick wants it. He got to the middle. Pass towards Spans. Spans with a shot. Sidearmed it. Back towards Pilkington. 10 on the 30. Spans again. Cross floor to Bowes. Into Bowman. Andrew Bowman looking at Spans over the shoulder. Barely stopped by Brown. Tricky shot there from Spans. Spans in the corner. Gets a nice ball recovery for Nanaimo. Heads back to the bench. Good shift there for Spans. Bowes to Struther. Struther back to Matt Bowes on the angle. Bowes takes a look. Across floor to Pilkington. Pilkington. Matt Bowes again. Bowes gets away from one. Low shot, not much on it. Gets the ball recovery. Still time on the 30. Ball to the middle towards Struther, broken up. Man open, it's Wall. Breakaway. Wall in on goal. Faking, shoots, he scores. 3-goal Poco run after some great Nanaimo pressure. Chance after chance after chance without finish. 8-5 with 12:19 left. Wall in close, just inside the post on Keegan Aquino. Boatloads of time and now a manageable deficit for the Saints. 8-2 to 8-5. Ashton Brown in net, giving his team a chance to pick away at this big Nanaimo lead. Almost at the halfway mark of the third period in a 3-goal contest. Andrew Bowman, outside chance, gets in tight. Schmidt is beside him. Fontenla's at the front. Bowman goes across to Woodrick with a shot. Another stop by Brown. Ball at the side, Mullen wins the ball, but the Timbermen are going to get possession back. And Nanaimo's done a great job taking possession, using possession, getting resets. The only thing that they will have wished for more of is finish. Woodrick. Pilkington. Andrew Bowman. Bowman getting in deep. Stiff angle from the crease. Crease violation as he was trying to keep his feet outside but couldn't. Fisher back for Port Coquitlam at center court. Fisher pushed back. Back over call, Nanaimo possession on the whistle in Gunnarsson. Moves it down low now at the top. Hall has Pilkington. Pilkington looks at Struther. Pilkington will keep. Pilkington over to Struther. Bowes runs through to the middle. Struther hanging on. Turns away from a check. Back to Matt Bowes. Sidearm shot. Missed the goal with it. Bowes after the loose ball. Couldn't win it. Saints will come forward. A knockdown. Good work by Struther tracking back and gets his team the ball back. The Nanaimo's transition guys staying out in the short term. Now here comes the offense. Pilkington with it. Schmidt comes on. Bowman comes on. Andrew Bowman. If there's anybody that's going to be the architect of something special, it's the Timberman captain, the leading goal getter in the game for either team. Here's Fontenla, outside shot kicked away by Brown. Reset chance for Bowman. Bowman forced back, moves it to Struther. Struther back to Bowman again. He's going to quarterback it. Bowman way up top. Pass to Pilkington. Pilkington to the middle, back to Bowman, 18 on the 30. Fontenla cross floor, Struther with a shot, and that one bounds high, bounds out of play. Port Coquitlam ball. And the Saints bending, but not breaking here. And coincidental penalties, maybe. I think that's going to be the case. Schmidt and Tui are going to head off the floor here. So a little 4-on-4. Some more room here. And possession key. And it's going to be Port Coquitlam possession in these 4-on-4s. Wall comes out, has the only goal of this period. We're into the back half now. 9:58 left in the third. 8-5. Now the Timbermen have had the lead ever since the 3-2 goal early in the second. They built it up to 8-2. It's now 8-5. And a key Poco possession. Wall to the net by the defender. In close, Keegan Aquino, a great save. Big time stop there. And the Nanaimo's back up floor in the 4-on-4. DeWitt, Struther coming. DeWitt keeps. Pilkington. Woodrick coming off the flank with it. Woodrick. Cross floor, Struther. Woodrick again. 8 on the 30. Woodrick tried to make a swim move by the defender. He can't. Ball to the top. Struther drives one, kicked away by Brown. Big reset. All the way out comes Aquino. He'll take it. Struther will close down again. 1:10 left in the 4-on-4. 9 minutes remaining in the third. 8-5 Timbermen leading the Saints. Matt Bowes trying to get towards the middle. Bowes dropped it back. Struther to Pilkington way at the top. Woodrick now. Cradles, spins, looks to make a play. He does. Matt Bowes walking in, knifing through with a shot. Scores! Matt Bowes just leaking it through. Brown got a big piece of it, but not enough. Now, it won't say so on the official online sheets. I think the online sheet's going to say that's the second goal for Matt Bowes, but it should be a hat trick goal by what I've seen here. Again, that'll be listed as his second goal on the online score sheet, but I do believe that's his hat trick goal in reality. One of his goals got taken away, I do believe. I'll check that in another stoppage here. Boy, that's a big one for Nanaimo, stopping the 3-goal Poco run, going back up by 4. and establishing or maybe reestablishing control. Here we go, 5-on-4 Poco, goalie out. Now we might see this a lot in the final 8.5 minutes. Saints desperate for offense. Down 4, 5-on-4 with an extra man. Pass to the front. Wall knifing through, knocked down just outside the paint, got a late shot in. Timberman ball, Aquino. Ashton Brown is back in goal now as Hawley's up and over center. Hawley leaves it for DeWitt and now Andrew Bowman. Matt Bowes with the 9th Nanaimo goal. Again, I do believe that should be his 3rd. Here's Andrew Bowman coming through. Bowman dropped it back. Good look for Fontenla with a shot, and it goes on the ricochet. Wildly out of play. Saints possession. Will they go 5-on-4? I guess it'll be 6-on-5 now because the coincidental penalties are over. Ashton Brown continues in net for now. But I'll try and keep one eye on him because he might be going back and forth between the net and the bench quite a bit here. Nanaimo's lead at 4. Mills up top. Across for Fournier, running, feeding Cameron. Cameron, wicked shot off the target. Bounds back towards center court. Hulbert takes it, breakaway, in on goal, he shoots, he scores! Transition goal for the Nanaimo Timbermen. They hit double figures. Nicely finished off. Zach Hulbert right down the middle. No mistake with the shot. Once again, Nanaimo has a 5-goal lead. Second time today they've done it. And when you say a game of runs, today has been that. Sometimes there's these games where it's the teams exchanging goals. Hasn't been much of that. Yeah, in the first period they did. But then Nanaimo got 6 straight. Then Poco ended up with 3 straight. Now Nanaimo with 2 in a row. And the Timbermen on offense, Pilkington. Outside opportunity here. Moved across from Schmidt. Woodrick on the run. Woodrick right to the net, faking with a shot. Great save by Brown. Woodrick gave him every move he had. Ball knocked out of the stick of Bowes. Fontenla scoops it. Lots of time in the possession. 6:40 in regulation. 10-5 Nanaimo. Schmidt with a shot on Brown. He stops it. Reels the ball in. Looks for the outlets. Saints get to center. Cardy leads the way. Cardy up ahead for Learn. Learn in a double team. Hall is there. 80 is there. Ball flipped out. The Timbermen trying to bat it forward. Hulbert had the 10th goal after the ball again, looking for more. Support from 80. 80 walks in. 80 shoots one off Brown. Hulbert tried to grab the rebound, takes a push for his troubles instead. Learn with a strong run towards center and over it. Drops it back. Wall moves it against the side for Mills, cradling as he takes on the defender. Spin move didn't work. Still has it. Mills got to the front. Nanaimo possession. Some holding off the ball. Timberman up and over center court. Pilkington played in. Just over 5.5 minutes left in the third period. 10-5 Nanaimo. Feed to the front for Bowman with a shot. Scores! It's 4 for Andrew Bowman. Picking up where he left off at the end of last season. Bowman, he's a distributor as well, but it's been goal scoring today. 4 out of Nanaimo's 11 for number 8. So smooth and can beat you in so many different ways. I don't really know that there's a trademark Andrew Bowman goal. Maybe the trademark is just the volume of goals he gets. Hawley, lead pass for Fontenla. Fontenla trying to escape off the wall. Fontenla takes a knock. Up goes Meach. Meach into the attack. Cameron with him, so is Wall. Nanaimo led 8-2. They now lead 11-5. They answer the 3-goal Poco run with a run of their own with 3. Cowan. Mahoney to the middle, trying to get a shot lane, a bouncer. Aquino just stayed with it. Looks up floor, passes up floor. Hall's behind the defense. He's going to head off though as DeWitt carries. Leaves for Schmidt. Schmidt out wide. Bowes and Bowman come on to join him. Woodrick taking pushes in front. Schmidt. Bowman down deep to Bowes to the front for Schmidt. Wrong side, stopped by Brown. Rebound goes back to Pilkington. Pilkington cross floor to Bowes. Up to Bowman. Nanaimo has the reset. Andrew Bowman wants to take his time. Clock management as much as anything here for Nanaimo. Up 6. And that looking pretty comfortable now. It didn't at 8-5. It does at 11-5. O'Brien's up floor for Poco in a 2-on-1 with Fisher. O'Brien to Fisher. Tried to leap tall and grab it and knock the ball in, but couldn't. Nanaimo got back in a hurry there. That was looking like a clean 2-on-1. Did not end up that way at the end. Strother takes the pass. As he does so, they're going to call for a floor wipe with 3 minutes and 51 seconds left in the third period of today's lacrosse game. A very strong start to Nanaimo's season. Nanaimo at Delta tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Poco in action next Friday, taking on Burnaby. Other games in Junior A in British Columbia this week. Victoria Coquitlam at 2:30 tomorrow. Coquitlam New Westminster on Tuesday. And I said that Poco Burnaby game was Friday. It's actually Wednesday, my mistake. Poco at Burnaby on Wednesday. The next game for the Saints. On the whistle in, Strother sends it across floor. Matt Bowes for Fontenla. Fontenla to Pilkington. Pilkington being forced back to center court. Almost hit the official. Bowes in for Strother. Half a possession for Sam Strother to the front for Fontenla, faking, and Brown went down to one knee to make that save. Meach with the outlet. O'Brien is up, spinning through Timberman defenders. Drops it off. Illett to Wall. Wall's in a double team. Hard time working out of it. Lost the ball. Timberman with it. They were trying to spring it ahead for Trites. He was open, but nobody could get that pass to him. Now Mills on a run, scores! Long feed to a lonely Mills, way down behind everybody and on the run from right to left out of the corner. 3-goal game for Mills. And Josh Mills just made everybody forget about him there. Lurking in the corner, and then when he got that long feed, strong run and slipped it down low on Aquino. 11-6 with 3:04 remaining. Josh Mills has had a strong game offensively. But he's really been the only one who's consistently found offense for Poco. Saints ball, and there's a big wet spot on the floor. They may call for the mop. And I think that's exactly what they'll do. That's the right call to make. Mills getting goal number 6 for Poco, and maybe a small bit of life, but difficult to see with the late going now. That kind of a comeback on the cards. As they do the wipe, let's take a look at the high point totals here. Wall with 4 points. Mills with 3, all of them goals. Then on the Nanaimo side, 4 points, all goals for Bowman. Matt Bowes, 2 goals and an assist officially, but I think it should be 3 goals. Woodrick has a goal and 2 assists as well for his 3 points. I'll watch the replay to make sure, but pretty sure that Matt Bowes should get credit for 3 to go along with Bowman's 4. And a delayed penalty call coming now with 2:39 left. Vincent's going to go for sure. I think he's the only one. And Poco with 2:39 left on the clock, getting another opportunity with a man up. Mills will be the quarterback, and everything going through Josh Mills in today's game, and why not? He's keeping up his part of the bargain offensively. Joins the conversation. Mills is going to start in the left-hand shooter spot, but I won't be surprised at some point if he and Cowan switch and Mills goes to the point. He's been good in both locations. Cowan moves up the middle. Gets it to Mills. Playing catch down low with Wall. Cowan on the other side now. Cameron, Malott. At the top it's Mills. Mills takes a push. Gets to the middle. Winding up. Shoots sidearm. Aquino stopped it. Timberman rebound. Hawley's up ahead if they can get it to him. 80's going to run instead. 80 just takes it to safety. High pass taken down. Woodrick back at the top for 80. Bowman comes on to join. Bowman, hard delivery low. Can Woodrick take it on the bounce? Would have been impressive had they worked it. 1:15 to go in the Poco power play. 1:50 left in the third period. Timberman by 5. Mills will quarterback. Defers to Cameron. Mills goes to that shooter spot. Cowan in the middle. Mills playing catch with Wall. Mills again. Fakes it. Cowan delivers cross floor. Cameron to Cowan. Sidearm shot. Aquino another save. Nanaimo from the paint. Outlet ball towards center. And it's going to bound out of play. Right by PA announcer Lorenzo Jensen. Up come the Saints. Under 80 seconds remain now. Mills. Cross floor Cowan. Cowan to Mills. Shot for the high corner. Missed it. Cameron. Cowan. Mills again. Cowan from the middle. To the crease. Wall. Gets to the front with a shot. Kicked away by Aquino. DeWitt takes it. Aquino out to throw a pick. DeWitt throws a dart to Hall. Hall down floor in the game's final minute. Poco will fall to 1-1. Nanaimo will go to 1-0 on the season. Nanaimo Delta tomorrow. Wednesday, Poco Burnaby. The race to the Minto Cup has begun. The BC Junior Lacrosse League season is underway. Mills coming over center. 30 seconds remain. Mills delivers down low. Cowan from the angle. Cowan waits. Feeds it up top. Fournier across to Mahoney. Mahoney survived contact. Malott ball out of his stick. Cowan retrieves it. Gets it down tight. There's a good save by Keegan Aquino on Mahoney. 7 seconds remaining. Poco ball looking to maybe get one more. But it's consolation time now. Fournier takes a push. Fournier trying to get one last shot. He does, and Keegan Aquino looked behind him. Ball stayed out. And the game is now a final. 11-6, Nanaimo Timbermen. 4 goals from Andrew Bowman to lead Nanaimo. A hat trick by Josh Mills to lead Port Coquitlam. A back and forth first period. 2-2 after 20 minutes. The damage for Nanaimo was done in the second. A 6-goal run. They took a 6-2 lead. It ended 8-4 after 40 minutes, and then the teams exchanging goals in the third, but Nanaimo keeping their advantage and in fact upping it by 1 with the 11-6 final score. The teams will go through the handshake line. Second time this year for Poco, but they lose their first road game, and a good start. In fact, you'd say a great start for Nanaimo, led by the guys that you'd expect to lead them. Bowman and Bowes, newcomer Woodrick looking very impressive. And I'm happy to have Jordan Vincent back, who will be a key transition weapon for them. And both of these teams will have roster additions to come, players arriving from school, trades to be made as we head towards the end of the regular season. And will it be another year when Nanaimo and Poco meets in the playoffs? Well, that's obviously to be determined. But Poco has the bragging rights in the playoffs. Nanaimo has the bragging rights today in 2025. Off to a fun start for the fans here in Nanaimo. On behalf of my cameraman Bryce, this is Dan Marshall. So long from Nanaimo.